Alright, ready to go everyone in this best of 9 series. If the audio levels aren't quite right, do let me know in the chat. Did Bart respond to me? Okay. Look how fun. Alright, let's get this series underway everyone. Best of 9. Nil-nil, currently. Bart versus Numbfish. Anyway, before we begin, let me just turn down this a little bit. I have to go from player mode to caster mode. We've got caster leaf here. This is R22, needless to say, leaf mod. Black hand, I'm presuming, from Bartjones over here. No, actually it's Numbfish. Numbfish is playing as Black hand. And Bart is opting for the scrin. That's very peculiar. Usually it is Numbfish playing as the scrin. And Bart maining Black hand, but I guess we'll see how this game will go. If I'm to guess, I would say that Bartjones will probably go for a 2-ore factory dev push on 2 refineries. He will do that most likely. And base push with his MCV for buzzer hives, because Black Hand infantry is so powerful. It's going to be interesting to see how this series will go. I'm not sure who's going to come out ahead. Numbfish has been playing relatively well in the past couple of months, so the jury is out on this one. I'm not going to call it. 0-0, you can't really call it. Series that's just started. If it were Bike Rush playing, then yeah, you can call it. Confessor Cabal's out. Not much of an effort to anti-scout from Numbfish. He does have a concab right there, but it's next to the operations center. Seeker just runs through those Cabals. We have a off center. I probably would sell that off if I were Numbfish. The Seeker could scout this flame tank. It's going to be really close. Numbfish has been spotted. The flame tank has been found out. Reckoner is here. This is going to be a tough ask for the Seeker to intercept both the flame tank and Reckoner. More Seekers are being made, which is natural to respond to this. Numbfish needs to move these Kafal squads forward. Reckoner will be taking some damage. There's 2 Seekers to intercept there. That Seeker is going to be destroyed and killed. Not sure where that Reckoner is. Buzzer Hive will clean up those Confessors. Will find himself a Tip Spike kill. Reckoner is at full health. There's no second Black Hand squad in that one. Spike will be going down. Bartjones, he's turning his guns to this Reckoner, rightfully so. You don't know if it's a full Reckoner garrison up with 2 units. But yeah, AFK flame tank here from Numbfish. Could be heading it up to this undefended refinery. This extraction is probably going to be repaired. Pretty weak rush. If you're going to go for a flame rush, then you may as well go all in on it. Flame tank, I guess, was pulled back. Is Numbfish in a good position here? He does have 5 and 2. He's got his tier 2 around still. If this is a 4th refinery, Numbfish is in serious trouble. In fact, Numbfish is in serious trouble because he didn't kill anything besides a Tiberium spike. That was a very weak rush. A second war factory comes down. But this will be scouted pretty late. If I were Bart here, I'd go for a second factory and start pumping out those dev tanks. But seeing how he's going for a tier 3, there is chances for Numbfish to come back into this. Some Seekers being thrown away. The flame tank is out, remember. If that can get into the base before the first of the Mechapedes come out, that's going to be great. I don't like the tier 3 at all. MCV moving forward. Beam cannons coming out. Flame tank in the south. There could be a stasis chamber. There's a flame tank actually targeting down this refinery. Was that a tier 3? Yes, it was. One Mecha comes down. In fact, that is a dev tank. Dev tank needs to pay attention. Bart is losing his base over here. But at the same time, he has to deal with these gunwalkers and seekers. Numbfish is in a really good position. I like this from Bart. I don't know why my audio keeps resetting volume every time it freaking changes track. Anyway, that is it for this game. Game 1 goes to Numbfish. So unexpectedly, or maybe expectedly, Bartjones takes the initial loss. Okay, what is going on, right? Every game... Yeah, it's like Windows wants to reset the volume every freaking song. So if I... Next song is like, yep, I'm gonna be doing that again. Let me see if I can get a mix on YouTube, man. Like, less ranting, more casting of this game here. Numbfish is Blackhand and Bart is Traveler. Pretty good matchup. Not sure who I'd give this to. I actually favor Numbfish. I think he knows how to play Blackhand versus Trav. Now, he does have the element of surprise since he picked random, I believe. I could be wrong, but... Oh, and by the way, this is live. This is a live best of 9 show match taking place. $20 on the line, a colossal sum of money. Here you can get 2 decent bottles of wine for that. So, it can buy something at least. Cabal's heading across the map. Nothing in the top to anti-scout. Is Numbfish doing the same strategy as last game with the operations center? It looks like he is. He's building way too quickly to build a refinery. As Blackhand, what you should do is just keep these Cabals on the outskirts of the enemy base, because if you go into their base, they're just going to put down a buzzer hive and kill the Confessor Cabals. Leaving them on the outskirts prevents the Seeker from scouting. The Seeker would have to take the long way around to get into the Blackhand player's base, and by then it'd be too late. Reckoner is out though. This only has 1 Blackhand in it again, which I don't think is good enough. Is it just the Reckoner, or is he going for more than that? I imagine there's a flame tank on the map, though given how poor the minimap shows units in this game, it really is one of the only bad things about Kane's Wrath. But it is fixable in... I've seen players, or some modders fix it, but I don't know how. I don't know how, but I have seen it draw units differently. Reckoner has made it into the base. A little bit of an overspending here from Bartjones. He's got 4 Seekers out, and he's continuing to build them. Or maybe not. This is a Harvester by the look of things. A 5th Harvester will come out. 4 Seekers to respond to a Reckoner. Probably should have backed that Blackhand squad as soon as possible. There's a simulator there, which will get taken out. So that's a nice thing for his trouble. Does get the assimilator. Not sure if there is a flame tank on the map. I'd say it's a bit risky of Bart to head out across the map with his units. He needs to scout for flame tanks. He needs to be on the ball, since that last game it wasn't only the Reckoner, it was the flame tank too. Extractor gets placed. 2 Harvesters there for him. An additional 5 at his main. Numbfish going for that bike buggy spam. Didn't sell his MCV. He's not going to do that strategy I did to him the other day. Lots of buggies, but there's no bikes to really be threatening with. Let's go to the point of view of Bart. I'm curious to see what he sees at the moment. He doesn't really know. For all he knows, there could be a bunch of refineries at Numbfish's expansion. He's going for a tier 2, upgrading the advanced articulators, which probably isn't a good idea since he's going to get overwhelmed now by these raider buggies, and those are unupgraded, so buggies can kite these for days. A photon cannon comes down. Tier 2 gets placed but immediately powered down for no reason, so he can't use the lightning spike support power. That Seeker there is on low health, needs to target that down with the raider buggies. Not good micro from Numbfish. Numbfish on the right though, getting down in expansion refinery. That could have been better. I honestly, if that were me, I would have killed more there. So the control, let's be honest, was not the best. This did disrupt Bartjones significantly, however. He does have a tier 2, but no tier 3. Num only has one refinery on that expansion with just a singular harvester. I think he was maybe too preoccupied with this attack. Some bikes in the bottom, but those will be met with descents. Those are now upgraded with the advanced articulators, which is bad news for Bartjones. The buzzers are going to be very dangerous in that melee environment, since the friendly fire can take place with the bikes. So you're going to be careful. Sometimes it's better just putting them on hold fire stance. Your bikes, pitbulls don't deal friendly damage, but bikes definitely do. So you got to stay tuned and, you know, make sure that doesn't destroy you. A third war factory comes down. We've got lots of bike buggy out here on this map. The first of many mechapedes is now out. There's lots of blue tip up for grabs, but is here only on one refinery. I feel like this could have been taken by Numbfish. He has had ample time, ample opportunity to do that. Now he's gonna be leaving Bartjones with the opportunity to grab it for himself. Now with this prodigy out, it's gonna be hard to take care of this kind of Traveler 59. Harvester here getting taken out by Lone Disintegrator Squad. Not too much DPS, but it is going to put it down to half health. Maybe low enough for those mechabees to come in and take it out. About a dozen buggies. Is it enough though to kill Prodigy? Prodigy at the moment does not have the mechas to support it. Now there is the fog of war, so what may look like some mistakes taking place from Numbfish may not be. Let's see how good the focus firing is here from him. He isn't going to finish off that mechapede. What was he thinking there? Some terrible mistakes taking place from him. Mechapedes will be forced back. I would use the decoy army here, right? He definitely needs to use that at the moment. Prodigy, I presume, was taken out. Needs to target down the Seeker. Seeker's very weak to gun damage. 2, 3, 4 mechapedes coming in here. Numbfish can take these out if his targeting is good. MCV we see has expanded, but has not yet deployed. More reinforcements coming in, and it is down to the targeting of those mechapedes and bikes. Another mechapede will be going down. Prodigy's going to get a nice area mind control off on these units here, since he does use the temporal wormhole, which is like a super weapon for Traveler. The focus firing from Numbfish is terrible. He could have easily killed 1 or 2 more mechapedes than he did. Another mechapede goes down. Okay, now he's got the chance here to kill them. Okay, oh my god, that was insane. That was an insane engagement there. Numbfish taking this series by storm. There's no resistance left here for Bartjones, and this is going to be 2-0 for Numbfish. Some disintegrators, but that was an insane trade at the blue field. One of the best trades I've seen, actually, with bike buggy against mechas. Only now does Numbfish deploy his MCV. Speaking of MCV, this drone platform is taking crazy damage. And where is Fox to witness the mechapedes getting absolutely wrecked here So much for Mecha P's being broken. Let me just confirm that this is Bart. Yes, it is. Now, the game isn't quote-unquote over. That was some good trades taking place there from Num, but he was being very idle. He could have set up... He could have taken this blue field. More of it. Another Mecha P going to go down. The Prodigy is back out again. And that's going to get another area mind control off on these units. Not something he is looking forward to. Prodigy taking so much damage there. Oh, but he doesn't actually kill it. Numbfish almost letting him back into the game. I saw a heroic projectile. That must have gotten taken out. I have to watch the replay back. I'm sure there was a heroic red projectile, probably from one of the bikes. Doesn't surprise me remotely. The trades have been really good. Oh, there is a bike there that's heroic. Yeah, that's really good. That's like getting tip core without purchasing the upgrade. It's 100% more damage. GG. 2-0. This best of 9 series is going very differently to what I had anticipated. So let's update the scoreboard before I forget to. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we have Bartjones playing as the Black Hand. He's going to be switching it up, going for the Black Hand, and his opponent, who is currently up 2 games in this best of 9. It is Numbfish, who again has been pretty good in recent times. We're going to see how he performs in a Black Hand mirror. Personally, I'm not a big fan of knob mirrors. I wouldn't be making Cabals either in this matchup. Trying to minimize the spending on them is for the best, since you want to get that Raider Buggy out, and the more you spend on Cabals, the more that Raider Buggy is going to kill at the start of the game, because Cabals can't kill Raider Buggies. And it's going to be Raider Buggy first, or bikes. Maybe Numbfish is going to go for a bike rush to kill the Raider Buggy, to save his Confessor Cabals, but I don't think he values his early game scouts that much. Trying to read into the minds of these players, while it may seem like my commentary is weird at times, is because I'm trying to read what they're doing. Let's see if I'm right here, if he's going for the bikes. No, he's going for a Raider Buggy, curiously. Why is there a Raider Buggy out? Wow. It's amazing how you can pick up on signs like that. Don't assume your opponent is an idiot, and you can guess what they're doing. This buggy, because of the Cabals, has decided to, instead of scout, kill the Confessors. So we're going to see how this goes. There's a couple bikes here from him, but these are unscouted, I think, at the moment. They're gonna get destroyed, man, like absolutely annihilated there. 2 bikes going down right away for none of Numbfish's units. A barracks has to come down, and it has to come down now. There's 2 Raider Buggies here, so actually there is a good chance that these units can get taken out. The micro is not the best here from Numbfish. The laser turret comes down. Needs to start targeting down the harvesters. He needs to go for it, man, since he's all in. None of the harvesters fell. Why is he pulling back? He could have gone for it. Laser turret is down. He's going back for an MCV, perhaps. That could be what's happening. Only 4 bikes. Where did the others go? A nice hold there from Bart. He gets a 4th harvester out. That laser turret really scared him back. I feel like the focus firing there was poor from Numbfish, but he is going to take the spike off Bartjones. He's going to have a 3-spike lead. That is huge in this game. Scorpion tanks venturing too far away from the base. Some splash damage even getting inflicted there. Now these war factories are just going to get camped. He's just... What's he going to do? There's no units. And the war factory is going to be destroyed. There's more bikes reinforcing. These raider buggies just going to clean up all the scouts that come out. Bart has been completely routed in this game. Second war factory goes down. I like the choice of going for that second war factory there with the bikes. Very unorthodox. And the MCV is taking huge damage now. There's no disciple upgrade online. So he's going to have to respond to this with Scorpion tanks. And he's only got 3. The MCV goes down. If I were Numbfish, I'd be like, okay, that can only mean one thing. Let's go for the power plants. If he's smart enough, he'll go for the power here because there's no MCV. He's going to go ahead and try and find out the numbers. Maybe a mistake. I don't know, guys. It's actually, he's going in for the kill. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this. It's good targeting here from Numbfish. There's no units left. Numbfish went in for the jugular and yeah, the harvesters are being destroyed. That initial all-in failed, but then Bartjones responded poorly, and it's going to be GG. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who would have thought Numbfish would be up 3 games? He has the potential to, since he's more of a black hand player compared to Numbfish. Numbfish did that all in, and Bart's probably going to be expecting it this time. So yeah, down here once again will be Bartjones as the black hand, and in the top, leading with a 3-game advantage, will be Numbfish, playing as black hand as well. We are back to our 11 days, guys. Black hand mirrors. Even though black hand is nowhere near as powerful as it once was, people want to play it, and that's cool. It's a certain playstyle that is popular in tournament events, rushing and doing early game tactics. Especially while trying to combat the nerves, it's easier to be aggressive than to play passively. So let's see if either one of these guys will go for that 2-war factory all-in like we saw in the previous game from Numbfish, which by the way was executed brilliantly. Before this game gets underway any further, I just want to point out how beautiful this map is. The detail and the creativity of technique. He definitely contributed a lot in terms of making maps. Aside from him being, well, one of the greatest players of all time, of course. MCV cell from Bartjones. This time it appears to be a refinery build from Numbfish. Numbfish has not scouted this, unless he has and this bike just came back. I'm going to do some vision here. He doesn't see the MCV cell.
Harvester under attack. Unit under attack.
Here comes the bikes, and he's not responding as quick as he should.
Building online.
And he's in trouble here. There's nothing to defend this off. Setting the power plant off was maybe unwise. It looks like Bart's going to get himself a point on the table. There's nothing to respond here to these attack bikes. A second harvester going to fall. The bikes have not been cleaned up. Bart is here, chilling here with 2 harvesters. His engineers on the way towards Numbfish's spike. 2 harvesters still remain. Is this going to die? Is this going to die? Oh, he's targeting the wrong unit. Oh, this is really close. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. He held that. He held that off. But Bart has more units, right? Yeah, he's got 2 more bikes, but he's funneling them in single file. Numbfish held it off. He didn't scout it and he held it off. Unbelievable. Needs to be careful. This Harvester is so low on health. Needs to pull that back towards the War Factory. This could be a bait, though. Ooh, that's getting low on health. More bikes being sacked for nothing. A third Harvester is out here for Bart. MCV was not sold off for Numbfish, so he can transition to infantry if he chooses. Needs to somehow get a scout into Bart's base. Interestingly, Bart going for the blue Tiberium. It is close, so it does make sense to do that. On some maps, it's weird to suggest or to consider that, but here I understand. Now, the bike buggy is increasing in size once more, but there is more defense than he had at the start of the game. This infantry is going to be really effective. That's a veteran rocket squad. That's going to do a lot of damage if he targets the bikes. More bikes being hunted down. Second factory comes down. That Scorpion tank's going to not trade. It has veterancy. 15% armor. And want to get that healed up here. Especially in a game such as this. Everything does matter. Everything does count. That Harvester took some blue Tiberium, we know, since it has blue tib contained within it. See the detail in R22. It took half a load of blue tip, came back to the green field, harvested the green, and you can see there that it has both that Tiberium inside. Something that I wouldn't have picked up on if not for that. There's a wall of tanks. He's not getting in there with bikes. Numbfish should have to make a crazy mistake if he were to lose his harvester from this position. He's going to go for another refinery. I like what I'm seeing. Scorpion tanks. Does he have the tier 2 for the dozer blades? Or is he going for a ref? Looks like he cancelled or paused whatever he had building. It does look the same when you pause a building. It just goes away from the queue. I'm going to see if that's the case. Bart is basically broke. No resources for him. He's sending his harvester back to the blue field, which might be a bit risky since the army is way more for Numbfish. Well, I say that now, but Bart has managed to squeeze out a ton of units in that time. Bikes have found an opening. Do kill a harvester. Two harvester goes down. That's unfortunate for him. But he's going to get down a third refinery. And yeah. Nice flank there from Bartjones. He's still in this game. He still maintains half a field of green tib. Probably not the wisest decision of Num to engage the enemy with a defended advantage. Expansion has been set up there for Numbfish. You want to be working on a second ref. Scorps are moving across the map. There's no more bikes to deal with. Both players have a comparable size of tanks. If I were Bart, I'd go back into bikes at this point. Get several more out just so that they can be extra annoying. One does get taken out there from the gasable structure. Cabals in the bottom will reveal that. Full eco established there. Want to sell this refinery off Numbfish. Get that $600. He's in a good position still. He's got 5 and 2. And he's going infantry. He'll want to respond to these Scorpion tanks. He's just letting his base get destroyed. That's not good. Bart has not yet built an MCV. He's still all in. This Cabal squad of Numbfish can scout the base and see what he's up against. But he's going to go for infantry. I like this choice. Garrison the map with infantry. There's a lot of garrisons that are on full health. That will really complicate things for Bart. One thing that Num could do is build a tier 2 and get that dozer blade upgrade. It would significantly improve his chances of winning with the tank fight. That 20% dozer blade upgrade, having that over your opponent is huge. You're going to absorb several more tank shots. There's infantry to defend against those bikes that are heading his way. But he's Q moving, and I don't think Num is aware that he's being hit from two sides. Infantry is an interesting, it's a bold choice. MCV is out, so there is the chance here for a counter-attack push to take place. This will be very tricky for him to defend. Shredder turret starting to be placed. There's a ton of Scorpion tanks. Maybe not. It's not the wisest choice to attack this area, because this is where the build radius is and he has the war factory there. Probably best to go towards the expansion. Bikes over there, but the infantry is going to respond to that and take it out. Tanks can't go in for the crush. Oh, he's pulling the enemy Scorpion tanks away. More man spam. No tanks. He's going to try and crush this, but it's going to be really tricky because those enemy tanks there, and the losses are huge for Bart. I don't know if this is worth it. Yeah, the tanks are not working out. A refinery gets dropped at Numbfish's third, and that's it. Numbfish takes another game. He's now at match point. Another Black Hand mirror victory to Numbfish, and yeah, he didn't even scout the all-in at the start of the game. He held that all-in without even spotting it. Very impressive, and even more so since that is a one spike map. It's easy to defend all-ins on maps with two spikes, like on Tournament Odyssey, if you ask me. So very impressive indeed. Bart said easy 5-0. Well, maybe for Numbfish. He meant. Okay. So, in the bottom here, we have Numbfish, who's up 4 games to nothing against Bart, who is, well, he has a mountain to climb. I don't know how possible it is to win 5 games in a row versus Numbfish. Even I struggle. I was pretty on point last night, if I do say so, and even I didn't win 5 games consecutively. I knew Numbfish was on really good yesterday because I felt really on point, and yet he was still taking the odd game off of me. So, nice to see. He's underrated as a player. Players don't really respect him. I think he could even take players like Green Zero. I mean, Green Zero was mentioning how, oh, Numbfish, oh, he's hard to beat, isn't he? Probably is for Green Zero, who really doesn't play that well nowadays. GDI on pipeline problems. There is no rush coming out. I expect to see that beam cannon rocket push from Bart on this map. Not sure how familiar Numbfish is against that kind of strategy. There is a tier 2. Numbfish is so unorthodox. That's a thing about him as well. He will catch you by surprise. There is no question about that. An airfield gets dropped. He's going for Orcas. I like this a lot. 3 harvesters, 1 refinery. There's some bikes coming out here. Those are going to spot the Orcas. That's some very early bikes. That wasn't scouted as far as I'm aware, so maybe he just has a hunch that there's something coming.
Enemy units sighted.
This bike's ready.
Insufficient funds.
This bike's ready.
Unit
Very
under
weird.
attack.
I don't know how orthodox it is going for units like that so early on. Probably could get the other bike, perhaps. It's okay, though. Their trades were reasonable. Bikes aren't going to work. The orcas are just going to kill them. These bikes and buggies have no chance. The micro here from Numbfish is decent. Some Pipples coming out now. 2 orcas still remain. Pipples are out. And that was some really early bikes from Bartjones. He sacrificed a lot of eco for that. As did... Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? I was about to say, how is that possible? Fortunately, the orca didn't lie on the deck. That would have been even worse. The last of the blue Tiburum is going to be processed and refined. Bike buggy spam. More and more bike buggy. Looks like Bart sold off his crane. Same can't be said though for... Oh, I like the command post. Not selling that off is genius, because now he can get AP ammo, spam APCs, and bike buggy will never be able to contest that. Only 3 harvesters on the expansion. Not particularly great. Those 2 orcas are... He's actually got 4 orcas. There's 4 orcas out on the map. We see there's a couple over on the top. There's nothing to defend those harvesters. And 3 of them will be going down. If Numbfish is smart, he'll target the harvesters down that are low on health. Oh, wow. Nice control. He had 1 rocket left and he microed it, but he's going to pay for it now with all of his orcas. The bike buggy has found all of them. Now that did pull the bikes back to base, but he did kill 3 harvesters. That leaves Bart with just the 5. Not a good situation to be in for Bartjones. There is a flame tank over on the right-hand side. I feel like this is going to be the killer blow, so to speak. There are 2 predator tanks. Flame tanks waiting patiently over on the right-hand side, waiting for the ideal time to strike. MCV moving across. Flame tank, maybe Bart has forgotten about it. Bart did sell off his refinery at the blue field. Not sure how common that is on this map. There's a harvester going to that green field that way. That could scout it, but there's huge trouble here for him. Oh my god. This flame tank is going to be getting itself a refinery kill. But it's okay. I think if he kills this flame tank and saves this ref, there is always a chance that he can make this push work. He is spinning out the base here. Refinery does live. Purifier is going to stand and fight. Those predator tanks need to start focusing it down. The bikes need to go in for... The APCs need to kill the bikes. Purifier tanking a ton of damage. And yeah, this is a ton of predator tanks. There's nothing there that can kill that. Tip core is researched and completed. Watchtower's coming down to defend this off, but the bikes are going to sweep in and kill all the harvesters, man. Some of them are even stacking up there. MCV does have an MCV. Yes, he does. There's 1 purifier to hold this off, but it's going to be found out and taken out. This is going to be a really close game. Predator tanks coming here to respond. Bart basically needs to kill every single harvester to have a shot at winning this game, but I don't think it's going to matter since the Pred APC is moving in. The Predator tanks can even just crush this infantry that's being made. Now that does leave everything. It's GG, yeah. Num smashes Bart 5-0. Who would have seen that coming, eh? A complete annihilation just took place. Anyways, guys, that wraps this series up. Numbfish takes it 5-0. Well earned $20 if you ask me. definitely earned. And it's nice to see some different name take the prize. I really do like to see this. But Numdev doesn't really get too involved with show matches, etc. But I know he has potential and skill. It's good that I casted this series because it does show that he is capable as a player. He does troll a lot, but at the same time, he's capable. He has the potential to play really well and not troll. If he doesn't troll, he's lethal. Okay, so that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, congratulations to Numbfish for taking a well-deserved victory.